The house arrives as a quiet line against the coast, with low volumes that allow the Pacific to remain the strongest presence. A low oceanfront estate steps through travertine terraces toward the Pacific. Pale travertine, weathered cedar, and lime-washed plaster carry the same relaxed strength throughout the route. The result feels settled, private, and ready for a long California weekend. Even the smallest threshold feels resolved, relaxed, and genuinely tactile. Within the entry court, water gathers the light and gives the approach a cooler, slower rhythm. A cedar pivot door and sculptural water basin shape a sheltered arrival court. Nothing is overworked. Every surface has enough room for its texture and shadow to register. It is an arrival designed to lower the pace before the view takes over. That considered restraint continues through the rest of the house. The main room makes the ocean feel close enough to hear, while linen and stone keep the scale comfortable. Linen seating, travertine, and open glazing make the Pacific part of the great room. Even at this scale, the plan avoids spectacle and feels focused on the daily experience of light and air. You can imagine everyday life unfolding here, without anything needing to be announced. The atmosphere comes through clear choices rather than extra decoration. A broad hearth brings density to the lounge, balancing the brightness arriving through the sea-facing glass. A precisely cut stone fireplace and cedar joinery anchor the principal lounge. The detailing is refined, yet it never competes with the line of the coast beyond. Craftsmanship, proportion, and atmosphere give the room its lasting character. Small shifts in light keep the composition quietly alive. Dinner is arranged around the horizon, not around ceremony, with the table set along the open edge of the home. A long travertine table faces the ocean through fully open glass walls. That balance gives the entertaining rooms a generosity that still feels personal. The experience remains relaxed, even when the house is set for a crowd. It is a material language built to age with grace. In the kitchen, the island carries the weight of the room, and the cedar keeps it warm. A monolithic stone island, cedar cabinetry, and bronze details form the kitchen. Bronze fixtures add a fine edge, but the materials remain natural and tactile, rather than glossy. Every practical element has been given the quiet polish of a custom piece. Nothing feels incidental, yet nothing has been over-explained. Morning finds a more intimate corner beside the glazing, where a banquette catches the soft first light. Pale linen banquette seating faces a quiet sea terrace. It is a small gesture with a generous effect, making a simple breakfast feel connected to the day outside. There is a luxury in having a place that asks very little of you. The detail feels generous because it remains so understated. The library turns away slightly from the larger rooms, offering a more private relationship with the coast. Oak shelving and a travertine hearth create an intimate library with a horizon view. Books, timber, and a low hearth make this part of the home feel cultivated rather than formal. It is the kind of room that rewards a slower hour with a book. It gives the route through the home a slower rhythm. The principal bedroom is deliberately spare, allowing light, linen, and the view to do most of the work. A low linen bed opens through glazing to the Pacific. There is a genuine sense of retreat, without losing the sound and movement of the water outside. Comfort here comes from clarity, tactility, and room to breathe. Every surface has enough room to make its own impression. Stone and water meet in the bathroom, with a calm precision that feels especially suited to this setting. A stone bath, bronze fittings, and courtyard planting form a private bathing room. Courtyard planting introduces privacy and freshness, softening the stone with its changing green tones. It feels secluded, fresh, and entirely in tune with the coastal landscape. That calm precision is what makes the luxury believable. Wellness is handled with restraint, with just enough material contrast to make the room feel restorative. Cedar sauna elements and pale stone create a quiet wellness room. The palette has the stillness of a small private spa, without leaning on decoration. That measured mood runs through the home, without becoming repetitive. The effect is polished, private, and remarkably easy to inhabit. The wine room takes on a more intimate mood, shaped by warm shelving and the depth of its mineral finishes. Cedar shelving and warm light give a compact wine room tailored depth. Here, a bottle or two feels like an invitation to linger rather than an object on display. The room has warmth, depth, and a pleasing sense of occasion after dark. Craft and atmosphere carry more weight than any show of excess. Guest accommodation carries the same material language, though its scale and outlook feel quietly independent. A soft guest suite opens toward coastal grasses and a private terrace. Natural finishes and the close view of planting make a stay feel considered from the first evening. It gives visitors a private pause within the wider oceanfront sequence. Those quieter choices are what make the experience feel personal. By late afternoon, the shaded terrace becomes the natural place to settle for a long meal outdoors. A shaded travertine dining terrace meets wind-shaped planting in the Pacific at sunset. The Pacific remains present, though the pergola and grasses make the setting feel protected from the wind. Food, light, and landscape are allowed to carry the evening together. The finishes retain warmth, even as the light fades away. The pool follows the edge of the property with a horizon line that seems to continue straight into the sea. A long infinity pool runs along pale stone toward the open sea. Water, stone, and sky come together in a composition that stays calm from every angle. The view is remarkable, though the detailing keeps it from becoming overwhelming. There is real pleasure in the way these elements meet. As the sun lowers, the fire lounge offers a sheltered pocket from which to watch the coastline change. A sunken travertine lounge gathers around a low fire at golden hour. It is an understated setting for the final hour of the day, designed for conversation rather than performance. By night, the coast becomes a soft backdrop rather than a display. The view remains powerful, though never at the expense of comfort. Up on the roof, the architecture steps back, and the Pacific opens wide in every direction. A roof terrace frames sky, sea, and the home's planted coastal edge. The roof's low furniture and planted parapet keep the outlook open without making it feel exposed. It offers the rare feeling of being both elevated and completely at ease. It is an expressive setting with a measured sense of calm. Blue hour reveals another side of the house, as warm interiors take over from the bright coastal palette. Warm interior light and reflective water describe the rear elevation at blue hour. Reflections across the pool double the architecture and give the terrace a new depth after sunset. The house remains composed long after the daylight has gone. The home feels expansive while retaining a strong sense of shelter. The final exterior holds the essential idea of the project, a home shaped by its shoreline rather than placed upon it. The full home glows over the darkening Pacific from its oceanside terrace. Cedar screens, limestone plains, and the pool are held together by the remaining color in the sky. Its luxury is found in material honesty, privacy, and the closeness of the ocean. Every transition is held together by material depth and light. The cabana brings a practical ease to the pool terrace, with materials that will only improve under salt air and sun. A cedar pool cabana, outdoor shower, and folded linen complete the coastal routine. Its restraint is part of the appeal. Every useful detail belongs naturally to the larger composition. It closes the outdoor sequence with a relaxed, genuinely lived-in note. That confidence is felt in the smallest practical detail too.